Yes. Mr. H. N. Srinivas, who is a senior advisor to Tata Sons and executive director to Indian Group of Hotels. The ICL Group is one of the property. He was already handling all the hotel operations of Tata. He is a very learned and very seasoned and very high experienced HR professional. And really, I am honored. Basically, from my bottom of my heart, I really welcome him. And we are really eager to hear what actually he wants to deliver to us, because every day we are learning new things. And what we call him as Bhishma Pitamaha of HR. And my introduction with H. N. Srinivas was way back in 2009, when it was not a very good thing to have a certain program after that tragic incident of 26/11, and we had requested him to come to Nagpur to have at least a glimpse of actually what happened and what were the HR issues and HR intricacies which he actually faced during those particular situations. That time on 14 January, I distinctly remember, I was working with Raymond, and then I had come back to Nagpur, and we had a evening program in one of the auditorium of the finance department of Nagpur University on 14th January 2009. Exactly, I think 2.5 months or 3 months after that tragic incident. And I can tell you that the entire auditorium was spellbound. He didn't use any PPT. He only said whatever was coming from his heart. So I can say and I can visualize what he must have gone through as far as HR professional is concerned, and how he handled that particular situation, and how that psychological trauma faced by his employees was handled by him. It was really an eye-opening for all of us, and I'm really grateful and I'm honored to welcome Mr. H. N. Srinivas for a knowledge sharing on cultural audit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Mr. Manoj Rajimwale, Principal Consultant HR, to share the details of contest setting.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone, and all respected friends and seniors on the dais. So, culture audit, the subject that we all are, culture audit is something very important for this region, particularly Vidarbha and Nagpur, where culture has become really prominent issue that everybody speaks, but at the same time, there are several areas of questions that are raised from HR community for their organizations. That's a fact. Particularly in the era of talent war, culture is something really important. Anything for talent retention after money, if any factor helps, is culture. And today, when we talk of culture audit, it's really a big question towards what you say or what you big posters, banners that we put, organizational values, vision, mission, and what exactly is practiced in the organization. What policies are put on the paper and what decisions are taken. These are real grave issues. And when it comes to HR, HR is supposed to be a conscious keeper for this culture in organizations. But organizational issues are that where HR is really at times find itself helpless. Today, everywhere, when we talk about CEO's top agenda, we all think of human capital is the top agenda of every CEO. But when it comes to importance of HR department, still remains at 5th or 6th place. HR doesn't come on the first place. So that the kind of I mean, the importance that we see for finance, they don't call finance business partners or anything. But we all know that what prominence finance has assumed in the organizational life as compared to HR. And it is really a real struggle time for HR to reach there. There are always two aspects which are spoken, that the HR, from CEO side, it is always said that HR is not much aware of business. They don't get involved, they don't understand. So business imperatives are something which HR is more involved into administrative matters in their routine day-to-day things. That may be one side, but at the same time, how much CEO or employer really spares time with HR and discuss? Like tomorrow, if there are any financial issues, if there are any allocation of financial aspects, the CFO is always taken into consideration. Rather, CFOs call the shot, and CEO or they just endorses. When it comes to HR, those situations we don't see. When it comes to for senior level, some organizational changes and all, and some senior people in the organization needs to be given new roles or to be changed the roles or some decisions taken. How many times HR heads are consulted, and this is a real problem. And particularly this is all the problem more particularly in Vidarbha region where we all are here to attend. And I'm really happy to see that who else can speak more and can give put the real light on this subject, none other than H.N. Srinivasan. We all are honored to have him here who can speak on such a crucial subject and which is a very live subject today and more in prominence in the HR fraternity. I'm sure we all will be benefited with this lecture. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manojji. Now I would like to introduce today's guest faculty, Mr. H.N. Srinivasji, Senior Advisor, Tata Skills Project, Tata Trust. He has worked with Tata Group for over 3 decades and he is experienced consultant with history of working in the philanthropy industry. He is skilled in HR consulting, HR policies, sourcing, performance management. He is a strong professional with a BSc, LLB, MSW, LLM, focused in industrial relation, personal management from Bangalore University. He is recipient of various recognitions like National Award for Best HR Practices, MIT HR Excellent Award, Global HR Excellent Award, CII National HR Excellence Award, Best HR Professional in the Country Award by NHRD 2012. He is often referred as Vishnu Pitamaha of HR. So without taking much time, I invite Mr. H.N. Srinivasji.
Good evening to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais. I'm very delighted to see a lot of good friends. And, I always enjoy coming to Nagpur because there's some warmth and something very special about Nagpur people, which I always enjoyed. So thanks for inviting me for this interaction session. And I've been asked to talk about cultural audit. While I allude to the dimensions of culture building in an organization, assessment and audit is a process which I will touch upon, but it will be too technical if I go into various formats and questionnaires, all like that. What I'll mention about audit, but I'll talk about how to build a high performance culture within an organization and how I share some examples of Tata, a few other companies. How you inspire people, how you build a sense of passion and commitment among people to deliver the best for the organization. See, using a common sensical and a common man's language, business organization is a collective human endeavor. tasked with the responsibility of creating value for society in a certain direction, in a certain manner, such that the organization becomes valuable. Organizations are seen as valuable if they're delivering consistent, sustainable value, which has meaning, which has sense, which is accepted by society, and they pay for it. Now, these people coming together, you see, as the company grows bigger and bigger and more people join the organization, you see, they create departments. And departments, the more bigger the company becomes, the more vertical the departments become. The customer or the value receiver of an organization in society, he experiences, the benefits and the value created by the organization horizontally, whereas the departments are managed vertically. So there is some bit of a contradiction that begins to happen. Customer sees value, you go to a bank, you're not so keen and interested to know how a bank operates. I'm talking about 15, 20 years ago. Now very few people go to the bank, they go to ATM. 20, 25 years ago, if you had to present a check and draw some money, you're not keen on getting educated about banking systems or insurance company, insurance systems. You want service. Whereas the departments are managed vertically with some hierarchy, and you feel that something is missing here. The manner in which I'm being treated, manner in which I'm being sent from one section to another section to a third section. That is not my department. He is my boss. You won't meet him. That is another section. You go to this section. You are wondering, what is going on. So culture building is all about creating positive energy in an organization in a manner that it engulfs, it embraces all stakeholders very warmly, very affectionately, and assures them, I can give value to you. Whether you are a shareholder, or you're a customer, or you're an employee, or a vendor, they are all extremely happy, excited to work with you. There are board committees today. I'm on a couple of boards currently also. So stakeholder relationship committee that has come about recently, where they're supposed to understand what are the needs and requirements of stakeholders, multiple stakeholders, and how the organization is planning to deliver satisfactorily on those expectations. So audits are done on that. Stakeholder relationship committees work, there is an audit that is done. How are you delivering value to shareholders? How are you delivering value to customers? How are you delivering value to employees? So if you look at a business organization, like any other organization, which is a group of people and they're creating value like this, as I mentioned earlier, it's a living machine. I was sharing that in the afternoon also. There is a mission part to an organization and there is a living human part to an organization. While companies spend a lot of time on fine-tuning the machine part of the organization and getting their act right and putting figures and data to measure how it is working, the enabling energy for an organization is coming from the human side. It's people who are creating the organization. The talent which is building the organization, the competencies of employees and managers is creating, building, expanding an organization. It's live, it's organic. Organization is organic growth. It is capable of growth. It is capable of self-correction. It is capable of self-regulation. It's capable of expansion. It is also capable of disease. It is also capable of becoming smaller and smaller. So what defines a successful organization? In one sense, if you see, if the organization masters the art of getting positive energy released within, positive energy of people. In other words, people are excited to work for the company. People are excited to relate to you, customers, vendors, employees, suppliers. They want to be associated with you. They consider it as a sense of pride because they know you can be trusted. They know you will deliver. If you have not delivered, there is a reason, and it must have been an extremely formidable, unavoidable contradiction or conflict that has come up. And if you have not delivered now, you're definitely going to deliver a little later. When this unfortunate terror attack happened in Taj Mahal Hotel, Bombay, within 2 months, all the vendors, as a group of people, about 25 of them asked for an appointment with us. But they were shut down about less than a month, 25 days. Before we could open, we announced the date of opening of one part of the hotel. So the vendors came, 30 of them came and told us, Sir, आप हमको पैसा मत देना, हम सप्लाई करेगा. आपको जो कुछ चाहिए बोलो सर, हम देगा. आप पैसा देने का जरूरत नहीं है, हमको मालूम है क्या हो रहा है. Trust. The Tata's tagline is leadership with trust. Building trust with stakeholders is defined in a quality, total quality language as 5 or 6 cultural pillars. An organization standing on these 5 pillars embellishes to deliver value and gathers a halo and shine that it is a very trustworthy, very reputed, very respected organization. What are those pillars? First and foremost is a higher purpose. See, if you go and tell somebody, I want to make more money, so we do business with me. More money doesn't attract them. If you want to make more money, why should I do business with you? I will make it profitable. You want to make your company profitable means I have to work with you, isn't it? None of these sound very inspiring for a person to associate with you either as a vendor or as a customer or as an employee. If you say, I want to make a significant contribution, I want to change the mobility scenario, automobile mobility picture in the country, and I want to transform internal combustion engines to electric vehicles, and this will be a revolution in the country, and I want the best of talent to work with me. It's interesting. Something is saying makes sense because you're talking about value that you're giving to the society and the country. If you tell an employee, I'll give you more money, why don't you come and join me? Some may still do. And if the company is called Srinivasan Venkatesh company, then he will ask, which is this company? I've not heard of this company. Where is the reputation? Where is the brand? What is the sustainable value this company can deliver? So I need to pursue a career. I need to learn more in my life. I need to get involved in whatever is happening in the company. Does the company give me enough freedom to do what I want to do? I have a talent. I have learned something in the college. I learned something by doing certain things in my life, and I'm excited about trying it out. Does this company give me that opportunity? The second pillar is total employee involvement. Do you have a higher purpose? Do you engage your employees coming together and excite them? Do you have the capacity? Total employee involvement. Do you have instrumentalities? Do you have structures which facilitate total employee involvement? There has been a remarkable innovation that is done by Japanese corporations in the late 60s and early 70s for total employee involvement. administrative innovations, path breaking, quality circles, Kaizen, total productive maintenance. Okay. Some of these Japanese tools and techniques and processes that they implemented ensured employees coming together with a lot of excitement, contributing their ideas to the enhancement of performance in the organization and feeling a sense of fulfillment and deriving a sense of satisfaction. Total employee involvement. There is a purpose, higher purpose. We are all involved. Second pillar, cultural pillars, culture building. Now, it is not enough if you say you will be given a job description, the traditional cookie cutter HR person, what he does, JD, like uska. JD to de diya. And if he just follows the JD and does his work, it is called work to rule. Work to rule is a form of vegetation. Am I right or wrong? That is not what you want. You want his full commitment, energy, passion. He needs to fix the variables if certain things go wrong in the department and organization. He needs to voluntarily take decisions. He needs to demonstrate a sense of ownership and navigate the organization in the right direction. It's a lot of excitement. Fun. Working here is fun. Is that happening? Have you created an atmosphere for that? See, vision, mission, core values is all displayed in the back side of notice boards and all that in organization. But how many of them genuinely believe in implementing, communicating the vision, ensuring that these core values are working for the company, and we have an audit for this to check whether it is working or not working, whether this vision is implemented or not implemented. I have a method of checking. I was sharing an example, I don't know if I shared it with you earlier about Tata Steel. I went to Tata Steel way back in 2001 as a Malcolm Baldrige examiner, senior examiner, and we were going to assess the company for telling them whether they're entitled to the award, they won the award, or they've fallen short of it. It's a total quality framework. And that year there was rumors that Tata Steel, J.J. Irani was the MG managing director, that Tata Steel will get the award this year. There was some rumor like that. They were at least expecting. So Prasad Menon was the mentor who became MD of Tata Chemicals and Tata Power, who was a very senior Tata guy. Me and Prasad Menon, one or two others, we do. Jamshedpur. So Ms. J.J. Irani Saab made his presentation, for the assessors. We were about 6 of us, and he took us through the journey of Tata Steel. What are their targets? What is their vision, mission, core values, and all that. And he said, I have set up a communications department. There used to be, I remember one, Sanjay Singh. Anybody who worked in Tata Steel? Yeah. So Sanjay Singh was made to head a department called Internal Communication Department. Tata Steel those days had some 70,000 employees. There were 7-8 locations within India. So whatever is the vision, mission, and certain key points, it will get communicated exhaustively to everybody in Tata Steel. They had multiple channels of communication. They have brainstorming groups, they had town hall meetings, and they had internal newsletters. They had letters being written by J.J. Irani used to personally sign and issue letters to the top 1,000 people, top 2,000 people, like this, and there will be notice boards, and they had even introduced a CCTV, not CCTV, an internal local TV channel. That is constantly that it is showing, even in shop floors, on corner, the TV is showing what is going on in Tata Steel, what are the new things happening, who are the new people who have joined, and continuously being telecast in Tata Steel. So he said, why don't you go and meet Sanjay Singh in the Internal Communication Department? He will tell you how culture is built, how a culture of performance is built. and how my vision of Tata Steel is getting actually implemented. Those days they had taken a vision of becoming lowest cost producer of quality steel in the world. That was their vision. So there was their work. And in the assessment team, we had an American who had come from Baldrige Foundation, one Dr. Steve Washington, who had assessed a number of American companies, European companies, under this framework of Malcolm Baldrige Award Program. And when he landed in Jamshedpur in a private jet, and we went to the guest house and all that, he said, it's really an interior place, some steel mill. You are you serious? Why did you have to bring me here? Will they make it? Will they ever make it to Malcolm Baldrige? Why have been brought here? Said, Steve, you should hold your views and comments. Let us finish the assessment. You may be right, we don't know. And let us assess it first. Assess the company. You come with a clear mandate. Let us complete that. So he was very sarcastic every time, making some comments. And when after the completion of J.J. Irani's presentation, we went to Sanjay Singh. Sanjay Singh said, we have communicated this vision, Tata Steel to become the lowest cost producer of quality steel in the world. And he comes out and looks at me and in the world. Do they know what is world? They are saying world. Do they know there is a Hugon steel? Do they know there is a British steel? Do they know there is American steel, Korean steel? What do they think? The world means what? Why should they use such words? Steve, hold your comments. Let us do the assessment. So then we would go and ask employees, what is the vision of Tata Steel? They would say, we should become the lowest, of course in Hindi, somebody was translating it. We want to become the lowest cost producer of quality steel in the world, like that. And 5, 6 fellows said that, and I asked him, look here, everybody knows their vision. Don't get carried away with all this. They have bayar because assessors are coming. They have informed everybody. Bayar karo. Everybody, any assessor coming and asking you, vomit this. So anyway, I am not very impressed. He said, I kept quiet. I didn't make any comment. So let us go to some other locations. Next day, we went to Westbukar. And we entered a mine. They have some mines, I know. So a few thousand feet below, there were some miners who are digging iron ore. And in one corner, they're putting it in a container, moving on a conveyor, it's getting picked up and all that. That was a typical mining activity. He said, you call one of those miners, the guys who are digging there. Of those 15 fellows, call one of them. So I said, okay, whom do you want? Okay, anybody come, one of you come. One fellow came running, yes sir. He thought we need something, water. What can I do for you? No, he has a question. You ask him what is the vision of Tata Steel. I asked him, what is it? In Hindi, vision of Tata Steel. Look, Tata Steel, we want to make Tata Steel lowest cost producer of quality steel in the world. So then I told him, he's saying this. This is very clear, everybody is aware. Now you ask him the second question. Ask him, this vision was announced only 1 year ago. Before that, you were doing your work in a certain way. After the vision is announced, are you doing anything differently? If yes, has there any improvement in your mind, in your part of this company? And how are you contributing to make Tata Steel the lowest cost producer of quality steel? What is your contribution? You ask him. This much he said, and I was thinking, these are all the interior Bihar, they are all recruited from nearby villages. Some of them, many of them are tribal children, and they are trained, from forests. We bring them and train them and give them jobs in the steel company. This must be too much of an overload for him. And I was feeling this is not fair to him. But he was asking me, you should ask him this question. So I translated, asked him. That boy who was standing in front of us, he said, sir, I will answer this question, of course, in Hindi. You please come to that corner. There is a graph on this notice board. I show you the graph and explain it. I thought, I looked at three of us. Then we went there. He said, before the vision, our productivity was so much, 100 tons per day or whatever, some figure. Now, we are being trained every month to dig the ore differently, put it in this conveyor, and we have taken targets to increase 100 to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130. See, this is moving. We have taken a target next month, 150. And every month we are trained differently. With this training, with this improvement, continuous improvement, we are contributing to making Tata Steel the lowest cost producer of steel in the world, quality steel in the world. This much he said. So I translated this to him. This is what he's saying. He opened his mouth and didn't close on this. Yeah, I saw Bola. Is it true? He said this. Whatever he said, I'm translating it here. I have no further questions. He said, I have no further questions. This seems to be a world-class company. Why did he say that? I was moved when he said that. He was emotionally, his fellow was criticizing all the time, he is acknowledging today, now at this juncture, that his criticism was not correct. See, total employee involvement does not mean a slogan. It is a method of communication, a method of training, a method of empowerment, a method of tracking measures, auditing. You use the word auditing. A measure of tracking measures, demonstrating performance that employees are involved and actively involved. A lot of positive energy in the company. Third cultural pillar, customer-driven quality. We touched on purpose, we touched on employee engagement, total employee engagement, customer-driven quality. Quality in organizations is defined by whom? By the senior leadership team. Who defines quality? It's the customer who defines quality. Customer who defines quality. It is not we are the best product. That says who? I give best service. 1 minute. You are saying. What do you mean by saying I am giving best service? Somebody else should say, there were days when I would go into a bank. 20, 30 years ago, very few private banks were there. So, or an insurance company. And there is a fellow who's sitting, very dull looking and he's not enthusiastic. And when I ask him any questions, he's transferring me, shifting me, go from there, from here to that department, to this department. I am tired. I sit there. When I come out, there is a big board holding service, the gateway to growth. If you enter a service company, whether it is a bank or a hospital, any of the service providing companies, there is sometimes you experience certain sense of warmth, certain sense of friendliness. You feel nice. Yes, sir. What can I do for you? It's a lot of energy. They radiate positive energy. And you feel nice, so comfortable. You also feel like being very nice to them. So customer defines quality. Quality is defined by the customer, and companies, some world-class companies have made extraordinary effort to incorporate customers' voice in the quality of their services and products. One most outstanding example in the world is Toyota. All of you, I don't have to go into detail. Toyota, Sony, 3M, Apple. So they have incorporated customers' voice. There is a process they have created into the quality of products and services. The product engineering department in Toyota in late 60s and early 70s, which was headed by Dr. Taichi Uno, was a world-class department. They defined what is product quality in automobile industry. They defined. And that is even today accepted, followed. He established a Japanese Institute of Plant Engineers and Shingajitsu School of Quality and Reliability in Japan. And all the people from India, a lot of them, Sundaram Group people and a few Tata companies, and also, Motherson Sumi, and so many companies, a lot of companies, I think even Bharat Forge. They went to these kind of organizations brought great thinkers from Japan, Professor Suda-san, Professor Masaki Mai, Yamaguchi. Some of these people came and worked with Indian companies and transformed the quality because they said, you should learn how to listen to customers' voice. Very few people have perfected that. Out of 100 companies in India, only 3, 4, 5 will know how to listen to customers' voice and convert that into product and service design and incorporate that in their offerings to the market. Success Desai, when he established Titan Industries, one most important department is a head, and I will manage it, was product engineering department. Product engineering means, see, those days HMT was ruling. They were the leaders. And now he hired some people, of course, from HMT, and he started Titan Industries. HMT were releasing about 3, 4, 5 models every year. Titan decided to release 50 models every year. New models. They classified customers into 5, 6 segments: senior citizens, corporate executives, women, college boys and girls. Like this, they segmented and engaged a market research company to understand the segment needs. Each of these segments, what are their differentiating needs, specific needs? How does that convert into product design? How does that convert into service design? Where should you open your shops? What should be the fashion statement? They used to say, Bhaskar Bhatt and others, we are not the timekeepers of the nation. You know, we are a fashion statement in India. So, what should be that statement? A young boy, college boy, should feel nice and excited about wearing a watch Titan, something new. Likewise, a corporate lady executive, a nice watch for her. So they segmented, understood. He used to head that product engineering department himself. He was MD with his team, Bhaskar Bhatt, Hari Rao, and Dwarkanath. They were all sitting together and discussing what designs they should introduce in the market. 50 models. They must have introduced 2,000 models. So they flooded the market and they captured the imagination of customers. And the rest is history. Customer-driven quality. Then management by fact is the fourth pillar I'm talking about. See, Narayan Murthy of Infosys was very fond of saying, we believe in God, but the rest of you have to bring data. Okay, don't say, I feel like this. I did ask him how you feel. Should bring data. So management by fact and figures. You are claiming that I am the best service provider. There are some companies which still do, no? I provide service. My products are, you don't know, they're really good. This product. This is not enough if you say that. Where is the data to prove that? 40 years ago, 30 years ago, we would say that no, this is so esoteric. How can we gather data on customer satisfaction, not too in a service industry? It is not possible. These guys are simply talking some theory. So today, is it difficult to get employee satisfaction data? Is it difficult? There are multiple companies who do accurate studies and they give you excellent reports. Is it difficult to get customer satisfaction data? Even in a service industry, is it difficult? In an airline or in a hotel, you can get customer satisfaction data reasonably accurately. Likewise, vendor satisfaction. Likewise, shareholders. See, management by fact and not by fiction is extremely important, and data drives your decisions. Data analytics has become a huge, big machine learning and data analytics is a subject by itself in which you can take a master's degree today. So it is so very important to manage the organization based on data. And next and most important, equally important, is a journey of continuous improvement. Critical cultural pillar. We spoke about higher purpose. We spoke about total employee involvement. We spoke about customer driven quality. We spoke about management by facts. And
Journey of continuous.
continuous improvement is gathering all the, suggestions and opinions and views of the guys who actually work at the ground level and creating structures, creating processes by which their ideas are all, brought on a table. There is a method by which you evaluate those ideas and take a few ideas and implement it. I remember in the early days, about 30 years ago, I had announced a program across Taj called IWWCW. It sounds a little funny. In what ways can we? IWWCW. In what ways can we? One huge board, this thing poster was put up at the back area near the canteen, and every month or every 15 days there would be a theme under that. Improve canteen performance, staff canteen performance. In what ways can we improve staff canteen performance? There is a listening post. 40 years. And people can write whatever they want to write and put it in that. Next day, improve customer satisfaction in restaurant. Improve cleanliness and hygiene. You can put different themes for different periods. So a lot of ideas would come. And there is a committee set up which includes employee representatives, which includes supervisors, which includes managers. To 10 of them open up and they go through and they pick 5-6 ideas and decide to implement it. A choice is given to an employee whether you want to put your name or not. It's left to you. If you want to put your name, you're most welcome. We're happy. So with that, there was some improvement that started happening. Every month we had 2-3 ideas to implement. As you continuously improve, at the end of 1 year, at the end of 2 years, you realize you are very superior to the other competition companies. You have done something remarkable. You don't realize it. You may not accept it because you may be humble, but actually you're too good here. You have done so many things in this our company. You have improved product quality, you have improved service quality, in the first pass yield has improved. So how do you get employees to come together in the journey of continuous improvement? It is linked to the total employee involvement. So these cultural pillars, here each one of its performance can be measured. Are you tracking its performance? Are you implementing the ideas given by employees? Are you engaging employees in a manner that they are excited to work for you? Are you getting customer data and customer feedback and implementing the important aspects of their feedback into your product design and company performance? I remember reading a book about 30 years ago called Service Profit Chain, published from Harvard by 2 professors of Harvard called Earl Sasser and James Heskett. I remember their name because I was so impressed with that book. In that book, he quotes that he took some 100 companies in the United States those days who had used the word customer in their vision statement. And he wanted to know whether some important customer processes are implemented in their company or not. Customer needs determination process, customer access and contract management, customer satisfaction measurement, customer complaint management. These are all important for the company, no? Whether they have implemented it or not, he wanted to check. And he did it very objectively. So the outcome of the study was 65 to 70% of the companies had not put at least 2-3 processes properly in place, but they were claiming they are customer centric, they are world class. It is easy to say, we are customer centric. Do you train people? Do you empower people, frontline people to take decisions on behalf of customer, particularly in service companies? Unless frontline people are empowered, nothing works. I'll just give you 2 examples quickly, 1 minute. Federal Express is a world-class company, it's a courier service company. And Fred Smith started it when he was made to fail in his examination when he presented a term paper of creating a logistics company, for distribution of mails and parcels across United States, how he can deliver these parcels within 24 hours. Those days it used to take 7 days. He said, I'll cut this down to 24 hours. And he said, we need to have a hub, a nucleus, and all the parcels will come to the hub. And then it gets sorted and it's shipped back. The flights will take them back to their respective destinations. Some such model they created. And the professors in University of Tennessee found this Memphis, they found this very, unimplementable, fanciful. They said, no, can you do it since it's not possible? So you will not get any marks for your assignment, and they make him fail in that assignment. So a humiliated Fred Smith sets up this company, Federal Express, in a garage. It's still there. Somebody goes to Memphis, Tennessee. You can see FedEx garage. And start Federal Express courier service works. So some outstanding one. It's one of the most respected service companies in the world with more than 2 lakh employees operating in 150 countries. You know that. Now, he said, I am going to empower my frontline staff to a point they can take decisions on behalf of customers to deliver my promise to the customer, to the company. What is my promise? My promise is 24 hours delivery of parcels across United States, whether it is from New York to San Diego or it is from Seattle to Florida. In 24 hours. So this is my promise. If an employee breaks the rules of the company and still delivers, I will acclaim him, I will praise him, I will applaud him. It so happens this is an extreme example. In India, these things cannot be done, but I'm telling you to what extent people go to keep up their promise to the customer. So one thing to make a promise, it is something else to deliver it. People who make promises and don't deliver, you know what they're called in India. Anyway, so it so happens on a winter day evening, a parcel had to be delivered into a remote place in Alaska. It is heavily snowing. Surface transport is all blocked and he can't reach that place, destination. This delivery boy reaches a location which is about 70 kilometers from the place where he had to deliver. It's getting evening. He doesn't know how to go, but he has to deliver company's promise, Fred Smith's promise to corporate America. What does he do? He doesn't know what to do. Its surface transport is completely broken down, cut off. He decides to hire an helicopter, flows into that location, nearby, risks his own life, 3 kilometers, sledges in the thick snow and reaches the place and delivers the parcel. They are amazed. The people who received the parcel, they are stunned. They have tears in their eyes. We never thought you would do it. We never thought you would do. This is a miracle. He stands in front of them, smiles and says, FedEx delivers. FedEx delivers, period. See, that is a commitment to customers. That is commitment to the purpose of the company. See, his purpose was very lofty. The imagination is very, very high to facilitate corporate America, to help corporate America, to get parcels, to get documents well on time, not take 7 days, 8 days. There is a larger purpose. And he puts processes in place. He empowers frontline people, trains them. If you ask me whether this can be audited, it can be. Whether you have delivered parcels across the United States within 24, it's all tracked, barcoded tracking. So, if you implement this systematically, train employees to understand this, create awareness like what Tata Steel had done, train them, communicate to them and train them like what FedEx has done. You see? And they understand and build passion, reward good performance. The other example, there is a room boy in one of the hotels, in President Hotel, hired from Chiplun near Ratnagiri. Young boy, 22, 21-year-old boy. He is trained to be a room boy, and he said, you are empowered to satisfy customers if there is any problem. You can take decisions on behalf of customers. There is a Motorola vice president who was staying in a long staying guest who had some problem with his leg, was limping. He was helping himself with a walking stick. One day he goes out for a party, comes back and misplaces the walking stick. And he's sitting inside the room, and as the room boy goes in the morning to pull in his room, he notices the walking stick is not there in the corner where he used to normally keep. And he's finding it difficult to reach the restroom. The room boy helps him to reach the restroom and says, sir, give me just 5 minutes. I'll come back, 5-10 minutes. He goes down, takes a mop stick, requests the maintenance engineer to cut it, the carpenter, and creates a makeshift walking stick, 21-year-old boy, not any big manager. Creates a makeshift walking stick and comes running with beaming smile, knocks the door. When he opens, sir, this is from Taj for you. Now he's stunned and he said, I didn't even ask you. Sir, I am cleaning your room for the past 1 month. I know where you keep your walking stick. It is missing. I helped you to reach the restroom. I knew you require one. So this is from us. Now, this is empowerment. Imagine if the finance guy is very tough in that company and he says, उसको कौन बोला वो मैं मॉप स्टिक को कट करने के लिए मॉप स्टिक is 500 rupees. What does he think? हीरो बनता है क्या इधर? हाँ? Leave it come. If you do that, you are driving one culture. If you are stifling empowerment, you are driving a different culture, right? Instead, if you put his picture on the notice board and say he has helped a customer, he has brought, he has made us all proud, and during the lunch session, the canteen, general manager goes and says, hey, come here, Suresh, you made us proud today. He did this. Let us all give him a big hand, and one gift is given. It can be only 200 rupees, 500 rupees, but appreciation. So such behavior will increase. Jan Carlson's studies reveal that frontline empowerment and letting them take decisions on behalf of the company and service organizations is 6 times profitable than not empowering. If you want to make more money, empower frontline people, train them properly. Let them take decisions on behalf of customers. Let them make mistake also once in a while. You can always call him back and tell him, so you could do next time and it happens differently like this. So, these cultural pillars can be audited. Ritz-Carlton hotels introduced audits for cultural audits. So in a sustained way, if you are measuring and continuously improving, measuring, continuously improving. Management by fact, continuous improvement. Customer driven quality, total employee engagement. If you are doing it, then a new shine, a new kind of energy gets released within organizations. You will feel everybody charged up. Ritz-Carlton said in their vision, they worked on this for 3 months, 6 months. They said our vision is ladies and gentlemen, serve ladies and gentlemen. Simple. So what does it mean? I treat all my employees as ladies and gentlemen with enormous respect. And they in turn treat customers as ladies and gentlemen with enormous respect. And they define the cultural pillars to introduce this and make it a culture of the company. Warm welcome. There are 3 cultural pillars. Warm welcome, anticipatory service, fond farewell. Warm welcome, they created manuals for training how warm welcome can be delivered to all customers who come to Ritz-Carlton across the world by all employees, including the chef, including a maintenance engineer. They are all back office people, but how you can deliver warm welcome in your customer interaction. All manually trained, all training. And once they're trained, they pass the test, which is the audit. Then you are let go. You are free to take decisions now. Warm welcome, anticipatory service, fond farewell. How can a chef provide fond farewell for a guest? You understand? How can a security guard provide fond farewell for a guest? How can a room boy, do fond farewell for a guest? Everything is manualized. Accordingly, they are trained. So they know when a guest is coming in the corridor or the lobby of the hotel, the room boy has been trained how he should bend, to what an extent, and let the guest pass. And then once again, it becomes, he straightens himself and moves forward. See, these are all minor elements, little things. But if it is all done collectively and it is continuously improved, made better and better, you're sure to reach world-class standards one day. Culture building is all about, getting the right people, training them in the right skills and capabilities, empowering them rightfully, rewarding them rightfully. Rewarding the right behavior. What happens in most companies? Going back to my first part, I will take 2 more minutes and then we can ask any questions. It's a living machine. If you strengthen the living part of it, there are structured ways in which you can strengthen the living part of an organization, human part of an organization. There are very clear processes, measurable processes. Cultural audits, they build culture for you. Enormously powerful nation building, organization building, world-class cultures have been built, measured, corrected, improved. What happens in most companies is, like Manojji was saying, the machine part is easy to measure. So you keep measuring financial performance. I'm not saying you should not measure it. You should measure. I mean, that's the most important thing you should measure. But not only what enables it, it's an outcome now. Financial performance is an outcome of what is happening behind. If you are only measuring the outcome and not putting your focus on what enables the outcome, if somebody is playing tennis, not watching the ball but watching the scoreboard, you should put your eyes on the ball that is moving, cricket. Don't look at the scoreboard. Scoreboard will automatically happen. finance performance will get enabled. But only measuring that and not measuring the living part is lack of culture, is deficient culture. So culture building is all about measuring what is generally seen, if not today, a couple of decades ago, as non-measurable. You should know how, in an organization, how to count what counts. How to count what counts. So that is the game. You can audit it, you can measure it, you can look for the trend. You can look for the trend. There are various measures and trends that innocent boy, tribal boy from West Bokaro or Jeria can do that. I can't do it. Yeah. Train employees. That delivery boy in a FedEx could do that. One last example, I'll stop and then you can ask me questions. There used to be a girl called Devashmita in Taj Palace, Delhi. There was a guest who checked in and was staying in one of the deluxe rooms, and it's some problem with the AC that night. And Devashmita was new; she was just about 1 year from the couple. Very bright girl, she had a very disarming smile, and a very committed, charming person. The guest came down here to catch a flight to go to Calcutta. He came at 6 o'clock to the lobby. The AC was not working. He was very upset. He came and he started shouting at Devashmita. What kind of a junk hotel you run? You just don't know how to operate hotels, and you really shut it down. And he's shouting at that girl, poor girl. She's smiling and saying, "I'm very sorry, sir. This doesn't happen in a Taj hotel. We're extremely sorry. I apologize." And in the course of conversation, she comes to know that he's going to Calcutta, so and so. There's enough time. She says, "Sir, it's so and so time. Your flight is at 8:45. There's enough time from Taj Palace to Dholakwan to the airport those days. Only 20 minutes on." So she offers him a complimentary breakfast, takes him to Vishwan, those days coffee shop, and he has breakfast. And now after having breakfast, now that he's slowly cooling down a little. He said, "There was nothing against you. You're so nice and such a good employee for Taj. But you should not do this." "No, sir, I agree with you. If I was in your position, even I'll be upset. I'll be angry." Nothing. "So we are extremely sorry, sir. I am writing off 30% of your charges. You can take a decision." "Yes, I can." Can't believe. And then she asked for a limousine. Taj Palace said 2-3 Mercedes-Benz cars. "So I need a taxi." No, don't decide, everything is organized. She makes him sit in a Mercedes-Benz car, and the car takes him to the airport. She doesn't stop at that. He's staying in Taj Bengal in Calcutta. She telephones the airport representative in Taj Bengal to welcome him with a bouquet of flowers. So as he comes out of into the arrival lounge in Taj Bengal, Taj person is standing there offering him a bouquet. "Here, Mr. Siddharth." "Yes, sir. Welcome to Calcutta, sir. We have taken care that everything is all right in the room. I'm extremely sorry for the AC problem you had in Taj Palace. It will never happen in any Taj hotel, sir. We apologize to you. Sir, your car is ready." And he is taken in another limousine and he is upgraded. He stays in a bigger room. Now he becomes more than a sales manager for Taj. And going around saying, "Oh, Taj is a great company." See, human beings make mistakes. He is excusing us. Kabhi ho jata hai. But the way they treat you is unbeatable. Nobody has treated me like this. So, world-class service. Like this, is talking in conferences. So, empowerment. If that girl did not have this authority, what else she has spent? Assuming she has spent 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees. Is this not branding?
Yes. Invaluable.
So, empowering frontline people, training them, And it improves our excitement, our commitment, our passion. How do you create positive energy and charge within a company? And culturally, how are you seen as a service-oriented organization? Service culture is so strong. How does it happen? Employees laid down their lives when terror attack happened. Laid down their lives. So that happens if you do this systematically, put measures, track the measures, identify improvement opportunities, PDC, a plan, do, check and act. Identify improvement opportunities, implement those improvement opportunities, and carry on with your continuous improvement journey. Carry on, don't stop it. Whether you are a product company, whether you are a service company, if you are continuously improving even little by little, at the end of 1 year, at the end of 2 years, you realize this company has a strange culture here. What performance culture they have. And even people who are working with you who go resign and take join some other competition company. Oh, it's not like working in so and so company. Oh, there is so much of empowerment. We really enjoyed working there. And they try to come back to you. So this is culture building, continuous improvement, and cultural audit. So I wanted to make it interesting. I didn't want to, like I said, I didn't want to go into formats and methods of auditing and all that, which was me. Some of you are familiar. So I'll stop here. Any questions you have, you can ask.
Sir, incidentally, my son worked in Taj Hotel as a chef
Oh,
for 9 years. Last year he has moved to Australia. He has joined Accor Group in Melbourne.
very nice. Nice to hear.
I think there is a question from your side.
So this sixth pillar is empowering frontline, that is.
These boys whom you get from remote areas like Chiplun,
We recruit them from smaller towns. Normally,
how do you train them then?
see, we hire them from smaller towns. We hire them for values, human values. See, if you go to interior towns, they respect their parents, they respect their grandparents, they respect their teachers. We go to a school and ask them, ask the father of the school, if it's a missionary school, or if it is a Ramakrishna mission school or a headmaster of the school, who are the 2 boys or 2 girls in this school who show enormous amount of commitment, who volunteer to do some service work whenever there is some requirement, and who are in the prayer team, who take part in sports, who are those enthusiastic, innocent boys and girls with a lot of energy. So he says, this boy, his father is a barber in a nearby village, poor family, and help him. So we pick people, boys and girls like that, a good number of them, for their being cheerful, their cheerfulness, confidence, and willingness to learn. That's all. He need not speak beautiful English and all that. That is English is a foreign language. Why should we know it? I mean, we can train. We can train children in English, no big deal. We train them so well in Taj that 18-year-old boy or a girl from, like I said, a barber's daughter from an interior place near Ratnagiri, completely transformed in 6 months, 12 hours rigorous training in skill certification centers, on-the-job exposure, classroom training, personality training, technical training, grooming, personal hygiene, language neutralization, language and accent, all this various sessions. We train them. And at the end of 6 months, there is a passing out ceremony for them. They come and stand and give a 1-minute talk. They come, they talk. I am Alka Shinde from Chiplun. Like this, she says, I want to make a career as a waiter, and one day I want to become general manager. Very good. And it's really such a pleasure to see them. See, these are children of our own country, like Dr. Abdul Kalam always says. He used to say, but we never understood what he was saying. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was being interviewed, and somebody asked him in the interview, how do you say India will become a, economic superpower and all that? In his, my India of my dreams, 2020, long back is written. Economic superpower, India, where is economic superpower? We are nowhere there. We have no talent, we have no good colleges, like this he was being asked. He said, look here, you're seeing only what is happening in 5-6 cities, that is your limitation. I am not referring to that, I am seeing an uprise in Indian talent in interior parts of India. Interior parts of India, you are not able to see that, I am able to see that. The economic superpower in India, of India, the Indian talent is rising in small towns and villages. They are the ones who will make India economic superpower. They're rising from the homes of the poor. They're rising from the homes of fishermen, barbers, farmers, carpenters, rising. The stirring has gone, is increasing intensity. And these children one day will capture the imagination of the world. You will see how they will steer the country to greater heights. So he was, maybe he partially understood, not fully understood. Today, we accept it. Yes, it is happening. So it is all a question of how you treat them, how you train them, how do you empower them. If you make a person feel that he is important, there is meaning to his life. And he matters. You matter. Yeah. His level of excitement is different. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we have very few times, so because he has his own time.
What is the time?
I said, oh,
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry if I've taken a few. 4 minutes. Science.
Thank you, sir. And now I invite NIPM and VIT members to present a memento to Mr. Srinivasji.
Was.
Be NIPM. Yes.
You're not coming the print.
It's an honor, sir, because such a senior.
The general memento is given by one person, but because of the love, all wanted to use it. That is what is, like that.
Now I invite Dr. Suresh Pandeywar for further proceedings.
Oh, thank you very much. Good evening to everyone, and we are a little bit late, but this was a wonderful session. First of all, I would like to invite Dr. Smita Singh Davalkar for a few words, because today we are releasing our book. Please.
Good evening to one and all. Yes. Very good evening to the honorable guest on the dais. HN sir is very close to all of us. And I still remember the first time I met him, we all were there in Aurangabad. Anand,
Yeah.
Shobha madam, all of us for the national conference. And thanks to Anand.
No one gave me breakfast.
Yeah, exactly. That is right when I got introduced to HN, and since then I have, yeah. So since then I have not left him. Today he was at IMT Nagpur to talk to our students, and he addressed on issues related to culture. So it's been a very culturally rich day today. I must thank you on behalf of IMT Nagpur, and of course NIPM and VI has been an integral part of all the three organizations. Today I'm very humbled, sir, that it's been a great privilege to write a book with an internationally acclaimed living legend in the field of OD, and another living legend on the stage will be releasing my book. So this book that I have written is published, I am a co-author. The other two authors are Dr. William Rothwell, who is currently head of education department with Penn State University. And the other person is Global Korean market head with American Talent and Development Association. Historically, it was ASTD. So it was a very humbling experience to write this book, which is published by Routledge. Routledge is supposed to be, again, I'm very, very thankful, and this is a humbling experience to share that it's one of the top publishers globally. So I'm very happy that this has happened because we could meet people like you who tutored us, who mentored us, who taught us some great things. And finally, we could do something like this. So I've been very humbled. Thank you very much, Mr. HN, Anand, Shubha ma'am, Suresh Pandilwar sir, Andhare sir, okay, everybody in the fraternity of NIPM, senior people. Of course, we have the other veterans sitting across in the audience also. Thank you, Bhavesh sir. And Neelam, thank you for being there. All of you, thanks for coming for this program. And I would now request Mr. HN. This book is, of course, in short, in just one line. It's about a problem solving, team-based problem solving. And because I knew I would not, be talking much about it, so I published a small bookmark about the book and about my previous books also. So I would love to pass it on to each one of you who is attending here. You can know more about the book by scanning the QR code. Thanks to my husband, Dr. Abhishek, for helping me with that QR code. He's also faculty with IMT Nagpur and works with me there. So thanks my children, Aryan and Shriya, for joining me, and most importantly, my parents. I have my parents there. So thank you very much, and I hope I keep writing a lot of books and I keep sharing whatever I am learning from people like you. Thank you so much, sir.
You're very talented.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Smita, thank you. And really, we wish you to write more books. So I request Mr. Srinivasan and other VIA and NIPM members to join for releasing this wonderful book, namely Accelerated Action Learning.
Thank you.
There are 40 books, so that's why only one outline to open that.
Yet to be published in India, so I'm sorry.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for your blessings always. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Now we have another two gifts. Of course, those are also books. So I request HN sir, please.
So mix please take out one chair. And I'm sending. Yes.
Saitali Sanjay Patil.
That's a nice practice. Yes. Okay, very good.
Prashant
This is
Mahendra Jadhav.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir. It is possible only because of our adult coordinator, Dr.
Thank you, congratulations. Yeah. So I will take only 1 minute because we are a little bit late today. It was a wonderful session. Dear friends, he talked about so many cultural aspects. Really, culture is the only one thing which builds any organization. Very lucky, I worked with Tata, Voltas particularly, Voltas refrigerator. I worked with Tata and it was a very nice experience for me. So all good companies, they have started in garage. Today I came to know Federal also started in garage. So IBM, Google, Apple, you name the company, all things started in garage only. So I request everyone, please start something in garage only. Right? So once again, thank you very much for this wonderful presence. Really, it was a nice session. And next month also we'll be organizing similar training program, session or workshop, whatever we call it, for you people. Now, everyone, I request everyone, please stand up for a national anthem. एक साथ राष्ट्रीय गीत शुरू करेंगे, शुरू कर।
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गावे तव जय गाथा जगत मंगलदायक भारत भाग्य विधाता जय
भारत माता की वंदे।
So please join us for. Come, please. कुछ लोग सामने खड़े रहो। दो लाइन।
NIPM टीम पीछे आ जाए। NIPM टीम पीछे आ जाओ।
Sir, Prashant sir. Jalata sir, please.
Are you on NIPM? Okay, IMT,
Rajesh, will you phone?